Tashdile, the Central Tibetan Administration convened its first ever IT professionals conference here in Dharamshala this week. Around 50 Tibetan IT professionals across India joined the conference that focused on developing a network of Tibetan IT professionals in achieving digital transformation goal of the Central Tibetan Administration. Tenzin Samtin, a senior software engineer at Trivium eSolutions Bangalore, and Tenzin Sangmo, a computer lecturer at Samboda Tibetan School, Orissa, are two of the participants at the conference who are with us in the studio today. Tashdile Tenzin Sangmola. Tashdile Samdila. So let us hear your experience of working as IT professionals. Sangmola, you have been working as a computer lecturer for about 4 years now. So tell us about your work. What do you do?
I have been working in the STS Chandragiri, Odisha. So my role in the school is I have been teaching to class 6 to 10 and computer. So in the earlier days when I was in the school, we don't have an actual computer in the class, I guess, because we do only play the games. But right now in the schools, we are providing a computer literacy to all the students. So they have a broader knowledge of it instead of we have learned in our school days. So right now we are teaching it's like basic is computer, Microsoft and all the things. So rather than that, we teach how to prepare a certificate in design and also the Canva. So where we can make flags and all the things. Even during the program in the school, we motivate our students to prepare those things instead of our teachers. So that's the different thing that happened between the times.
Yeah. And children nowadays also have more access to computers, not only at schools. Nowadays they have computers at home, they have laptops, they have iPads, so they always are in touch with these gadgets. And the only thing is, what do they learn now, right? So Samdila, you have worked about 8 to 9 years at the Trivium eSolutions.
I first started my career at Trivium eSolutions.
Oh.
I was recruited from the campus itself. Then I worked there for 2 years. Then I felt like, okay, with the knowledge that we have, I should be able to do something to the community. Then we formed, with our 4 teams, or I should say friends, we started Dajomba Tech, and we tried to make it work for 2 years or something, but it didn't went as expected for us because of some, I would say, many reasons to reach club together and make it tough for us. Apart from that, after this, what we have done is we went back to work, and then I went back to work at the Trivium again, and then from there till now, I'm working there as a software
Senior
engineer.
software
Yes.
engineer. So what does a senior software engineer do?
I think
A lot of
looks
people know
complicated.
what. A lot of people have heard about the software engineers.
Yeah, I think it depends on the type of the company that you are working on. I think broadly we divide a company into 2 types of companies. So it's a service-based company or a product-based company. So product-based is you can go like Google or Spotify or all those big, which works for a single product and scale out of it. And service-based companies are those medium scale or small scale I say companies. Like it also includes TCS as well, which is also a huge company, because what they do is they take a project from other you should say project owners and do
Tata Consultancy.
yeah, Tata Consultancy. These are those kind of that is a very huge consultancy service. So like this, we have a medium scale and these kind of should I say companies. And what we really do is, I think currently, I will just say about currently what I am doing. So that currently we have a project from the Siemens. We know about the Siemens, no?
Yeah.
So from the Siemens, they have so many trains that they are working on. They have so much of train that they can't manually go there and maintain each and everything. So they have everything automated. So with the single command, you should be able to see where the issue is and how we can resolve it. Or if you want to, let's say in the winter or something, the weather is very bad and you have to maintain the temperature inside the train. And all those previously people used to go there and make those changes to the train, but now everything is going with the cloud and doing from the software.
Wow, so it's all remotely done nowadays. Yes, how was your experience of attending this conference, the first ever Tibetan IT professionals conference? So the Central Tibetan Administration has laid out several projects such as let's say Green Book application process digitization, CTA e-filing system, the budgetary process digitization, e-portals for schools under the Department of Education, CTA IT network, firewall infrastructure, and incident response team. So, there are so many projects that have been laid out, and then you all have discussed how best can you guys provide your contribution in these projects. So in what ways do you see yourself playing a role in achieving this goal of the Central Tibetan Administration? Sangmula?
I don't know. I do know a little things about the CDA, how they work, but I have never had any insight about the means they are digitizing everything. So regarding the Green Book or the e-governments or the e-budgetary, so I got the now we as a Tibetan, we're also moving ahead with the time. So as a teacher, I don't give assure that I can provide a contribution to the society after taking a 2 days conference, because as a teacher I've been have different roles in my own community and the school. So but I do make sure that I can provide awareness to the students that what I have been learned in the this 2 days conference, because these days people are mostly into the fields, very common fields they usually go into, like the medicine or the something in education maybe. So within the 2 days conference, I do know about the importance of the IT and there are the various scopes which available in the IT also. And I think here in the conference, I do feel that there are the different professional which comes in the IT. So I think when I go back to the school, I can spread the awareness, because the computer literacy is very important in the 21st century, because there are different fields which link with the IT itself, because even in the medicine or the education or any other organization, IT is must, I guess.
I think first I should start with why we came here. So I think that happens a lot with us as a group or anyone. So we discuss and say, okay, we see something that CTA or the TCRC has developed, and say, oh, what is this? This is a very low, or we used to have a lot of these kind of discussion. No, they should have done better in this way. Or we have those whenever we meet. We have those kind. Oh, this is how they should have done this way. So we always have something to talk about, and we know a little bit about how the CT, not just the CT, we have worked with the TCRC as a little bit, and we have known the condition of how they are working and the situation, and we are thinking that okay, with us having a little bit experience working in the in Indian community, we could say that okay, this can benefit how we are working here, or something better. So then we thought, okay, instead of talking a lot, we are getting an opportunity where we can contribute and put our words forward. So we thought that there might be so many people who are doing the same when we meet together at the weekends or something. But I think if you have something to talk, I think now the CTA is willing to hear and let us to contribute whichever field you are working on. It's not just the IT, because IT is just now, but there are so many stuff that I think CTA is willing to let us contribute from the outside as well.
Yeah, right, that's true. So, the pandemic has just taught us our lives can be disrupted in uncountable ways, uncertainty and risks, right? So both of which require coping strategies. The Central Tibetan Administration is now pursuing the path of e-governance. And in what ways can this project be done in best possible way?
Currently, we have a lot of projects in pipeline, as we have seen. But I think sometimes when we start a new initiative, what happens is we try to do everything within that short period of time and not thinking too much about the quality and how we can do it. Because sometimes there are few products where you don't need everything at the first version of the product that you are building. There are few things that you can say, okay, this is good to have feature. We used to say good to have feature. It's like, it's not something that will break the system. It's something that you can have but can contribute to the current project but might not be needing at the first version. So making that, what it helps us is it reduces the timeline in which we work on, and also have something to show to the customer or to the people as well that we are working on this. And good thing about all the products that we are seeing now also is, let's not go with a huge one. I think like a Spotify and whatever we have, I think first they started with a very small, and based on their experience and how people are using, we improve on the top of it. Then people see that, okay, no, they are not just building and just leaving it there like a legacy software or something. They are listening to our, what should I say, feedbacks and building on the top of it. I think that adds a lot of value to the system as well.
I feel that it will be better if they have, instead of setting a limited period of time where they will complete the project, they will give more exposure to it, because once this set up everything, so it's if the outcome is not good, then I think there are some shortcomings which might become after the setting up the things.
Certainly, there are many students who are currently pursuing or who wants to pursue this field as their career options, right? So, what are your messages and word of encouragement to them? Sangmula?
Whether you are pursuing the different fields, but IT is like a add-up thing that we have to learn. So I think every profession must have a little knowledge about it, so it will be beneficial for each of them.
One thing that we might need is few people who can, who they can see as a role model or something. I think that will start from our parents and how they do it, and then comes the teacher as well. So I think when how they see the teacher is how the students get shaped in the future as well. So if you have a teacher who is pushing her boundaries and trying to do something, then I think the administrative or the school should let her and should not overload them with too much of tasks, which can lead to over exhaustion of the people as well, because we are a person and we also need 8 or 9 hours of sleep.
Yeah, minimum 6
Yeah,
hours.
I guess.
That's
So
doable.
That I think people also have I should say limitations and boundaries, and there are so many people who are coming in the institution and want to come back to the city and contribute, but I think it can't be always that he will be motivated just because it's our community and he should do it. There should be something else which should motivate them, like let's go with the school, then the CTA, the TCRC. They should see the TCRC as somewhere, if you go inside, there should be a brand built on it. Because you see, okay, I want to go to those big companies, Google, Netflix, or because they have built a brand, and you see something out and you want to be a part of that project or that team. And later you can say, okay, I was the part of a team who built this. So you can proudly say that. Currently, I see the issue is we don't have that brand built on the top of it. So if we have a brand and they have a, should I say, vision to say, okay, I want to reach there and that's where I want to work on, then I think that will give him a lot of motivation and that push that they always need.
The need to become part of a brand. Yes. Yeah, that's true. Thank you so much, Samdila Sangmula, for being with us here today. Thank you.
Thank you.
So that was our episode of In Conversation with Tenzin Sangmo and Tenzin Samdin, who were the participants of the first Tibetan IT Professionals Conference. We had talked about their experience of working as IT professionals, their experience of being a participant at the first ever Tibetan IT Professionals Conference, and their view on CTA's digital transformation. Thank you for watching In Conversation with Tibet TV. See you in the next episode.